All right, guys, let's talk about programming for strength. So again, just like the hypertrophy side, if you haven't watched that part of the video yet, go back and watch, or after this, just based on your goals, right? So there's a million ways to change all the variables, and you can do drop sets, and you can do all these things, but we're just talking about the basic foundations right now to start from somewhere, right? So again, we're looking at volume, intensity, rest, tempo, and frequency. Same thing we were looking at for the hypertrophy one. So volume is going to be different here. We're looking at reps and sets, just that same inverse relationship. As one goes up, the other one has to go down, right? We can't try to do the maximum of everything all the time. You're just asking for yourself to get hurt. Okay, so generally when you're strength training, that's your main goal, right? That's your strength. You're not looking to build muscle size necessarily. Yes, it'll come as you get stronger, but your main goal or your main motivator is pure strength. How much do you move? How fast are you moving it? So generally your rep range is anywhere from 1 to 5, that 100% RPE all the way down to 85% or so. As your reps are lower, you can actually do more sets of that. You'll see people do 4 or 5 all the way up to 10 sets based on, again, their adaptation, how long they've been lifting. So again, like I said, 85 to 100% of your 1 rep max is your intensity. The higher you decide the intensity of your programming, maybe you're getting ready for a meet or something like that, your intensity is going to go up above 90, and generally that volume has to come back down as your intensity is going really high, right? You can't have high of everything unless you're Superman. So your rest actually is a lot different. With the hypertrophy video, we talked about somewhere around 60 seconds, maybe even like 2 minutes on some of your big movers at the beginning of the workout, your bench press and things like that. You're going 3 to 6 minutes or so, but more or less, I like it as long as you need, right? I mean, don't be sitting there watching TV for 30 minutes and decide you need to go do another set of your bench press. But your goal is to move that bench or that squat 1, 2, 3 times, right? So that's all that matters. Like, you don't need to sit there like, oh, I'm bored, it's 60 seconds, I'm gonna go start supersetting things. No, your goal is to move that weight and make sure you're ready for it, okay? Don't be going out and doing all these other things to try to keep your heart rate up. That's not your goal, okay? So tempo, not really as important as it is hypertrophy. I just wanna make sure that I'm quick with the movement, generating that power. But I do want to focus on the eccentric phase or the stretching. So you want to think barbell bench press. As I'm coming down, I want to be able to control that so I can stay tight throughout my entire frame. Again, we need to do a video on that. But I see so many guys that just want to lift. They come out here, they don't even warm up. They throw 135, 200 on there. They're just bouncing right off their chest and shooting through. They're not actually activating any of the musculature that they're wanting, or maybe very little of it. And when you're not controlling your eccentric, you're never learning how to stay tight throughout the entire movement, engage the muscles as they need to be. So eventually, again, you're going to hurt yourself, whether impingement in the shoulder or what have you. And again, just like the hypertrophy program, the frequency is going to be based on your intensity, right? Are you going really high intensity or really quick movements and that kind of thing? And then your adaptation. So a powerlifter or a strength athlete of 8 years is going to be significantly farther along than somebody in their first year, okay? Stay in your lane, keep going.